for about 2 years until I took a turn about 4 years back. And my turn began when the School of CIS organized for a seminar. And at that seminar, we got calls. Preceding those calls, we had received email invitations. And these invitations to attend the seminars were really emphasized to the extent that we were called to attend. And the professor said, you must attend. You need to attend it. And just to get them off my back, I said, why not? Let me just attend it. Maybe just it will make them happy and they will stop calling us. So anyway, we went for the seminar. And little did I know that it was from that day that I would be standing before you today to give a testimony that 4 years down the line, after attending a seminar, I have completed my studies. And I thank the Creator for it. Now, the striking thing that I picked in that seminar, when we attended it, we thought we would get maybe complex things concerning programming and all. But interestingly enough, the seminar was sort of like you're with parents, you're with peers, you're with siblings. And two speakers in that seminar said things that I have carried forward to this day. And the first speaker was Professor Anthony, and he said, as you get into your research, make sure you are passionate about what you're doing, and make sure you enjoy it. And I said, if I can enjoy research, then I'm going to do it. If I can be passionate about what I'm doing, then I'm going to do it. And the next speaker that struck my mind was Professor Solomon. And he said, I know you have so many things that you have to do. I know some of you are young parents, you have to bring up your children, and you have to settle homes, and you have businesses to run, and you have so many other things you need to do. And you can't stop being these things because you need a PhD. And therefore, I'm going to give you a formula to be all these things and still complete your studies. And I got very keen at that point because he was speaking about the details of my busy life. I had to be a mom, you have to be a wife, you have to be all these other things. And he told us, I just want you to dedicate 30 minutes every day. That's all you need to finish your PhD. And I said, for something I'm passionate about, I could surely get some 30 minutes, right? And my 30 minutes has landed me to this place. And what I want to say is, it has been an amazing journey. And I thank God for allowing me to be part of this oasis of knowledge. I have tapped into an intellectual hub in the School of CIS, and the support was overwhelming. If I have to do my PhD again, I would definitely do it in this place with the same people. The administration has been so supportive, and God has walked us through. It has been the best experience that I have had in my academic life. And I would like to encourage our young female scholars, as you graduate, look no further. You will bear my testimony. This is the place to do your master's and to do your PhD and to progress with your academic life. It has also been very supportive in career development as well. And I am most grateful to the Creator as well as the entire institution for allowing us to get to this point. We thank God so much for having us here today. Thank you.
Elekia Ouma Osuga.
The Chancellor, sir, and all protocols observed, I'm here to give a human experience of what transpired during our studies, more so at the postgraduate level. Human experiences are varied, and this contribute to what we call individual differences. I'll therefore give my personal challenges that I had when I was doing my studies in this university. As I completed writing my proposal and proceeded to the writing of my first draft of the thesis, immediately I lost my supervisor. This was none other than Professor Mildred Jalango Deda, and may her soul rest in eternal peace. Thereafter, I proceeded, I was given a supervisor, and I managed to have done my work well. It went outside, and I was comparing or gauging myself with the other students in other schools who had their work to have gone outside. They had gotten their work back, they had defended, and they were given a go-through. I went to the school, and I was told an information which I ought to have not known. But because I was nagging the office from now and again, I was told that again, I lost my external examiner. I was now in a state of quagmire, wondering what would happen. But what supersedes all this is that the university management, together with the office of the BPS, headed by our able director, Professor Ochuodo, managed to have allocated to me, or got to me another external examiner, and this is what made me to have put on my green gown today standing before you. And to this, I commend the university management. I would like to say that the management, for us, the postgraduate student, you have a very able and competent director in the office of the postgraduate student studies, together with the entire staff that he has in that office. They are always able to assist, and this has made our day to see what we are here. To my fellow graduates, we are told in the opening remarks yesterday that if you think you know, then you will find that there's much that you don't know. And unknown is infinity, which means that you still have a lot to do, even without your PhD that you have. For the students that are still progressing, those are our master's students. I believe there is no any other university like Joost. If I were you, from here, after this rehearsal, I would be running to that office to take another form for my PhD so that you register in this same university. To our supervisors, whom we have been working with, you have done a wonderful job, and your supervision is comparable to none. May you continue with the same so that the name of the university continues to glow. To the university management, we are happy for the work that you are doing. You have been doing, you are doing it, and you will still continue to do. Now that I have an opportunity to stand before you here, the colleague graduates have asked me that in this group, yearly you normally sample, but can you try to increase a bit in the percentage of sampling in this particular group so that at least if from every department you have one, they'll appreciate. Isn't that what you told me? With that, very many comments, I therefore rest my case, and may God bless the university at large. Thank you.
Thank you, Elekia Ouma Osuga. Mr. Chancellor, sir, may I now welcome the Vice Chancellor to invite the valedictorian to make the valedictory speech, to invite the alumni chairman to make his speech, and finally to give his address, and welcome the chair of the University Council and proceed with the program. Vice Chancellor, please.
Mr. Chancellor, sir, allow me to just take the graduates, what we shall undertake tomorrow. So at this point, the valedictorian, that's the best student in the undergraduate class, will be called upon to make a 3 to 5 minutes remark, followed by alumni chair. Thereafter, the VC will address the congregation, followed by the chairman of council. Thereafter, the chairman of council will address the congregation and will then call upon the ministry's representative to address the graduates. Thereafter, the chairman of council will call upon the chancellor to address the graduates. The chancellor will proceed with the address, and at that point, the deputy vice chancellor, who is the academic head of the division of academic affairs, will call upon all the deans of schools to present graduates for the conferment of degrees and award of diplomas. So I think that's how it will move. That will be the flow of events tomorrow, or the processes that will lead us to the conferment and award of degrees and diplomas respectively. Chancellor, sir, at this point then I want to invite the DVC Academic Affairs to take us through the next level of inviting the deans.
Mr. Chancellor, sir, before I invite the deans, I would wish to make a few announcements or instructions. First, of course, we are here for a rehearsal for tomorrow's event. Tomorrow's event, we expect the students or the candidates who have been invited to be physically present to be seated by 8 a.m. The procession will then take place between 8:30 and 9 a.m. And thereafter, the program will start just as has been indicated in today's rehearsal. It's also important to note that this particular event will be televised on KTN from 9:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. And therefore, keeping time will be of essence because we have to operate within the time limits provided by KTN. And I want to take this chance to really thank KTN for agreeing to partner with us in covering this particular event. After the preliminary entertainment, the invocation, the constitution of the assembly by the vice chancellor, the speeches that will be made, then at that point the deans will be called upon to call the various candidates, starting with the PhD ones, moving on to the master's ones, then bachelors, diploma, and certificate candidates. Now, for the PhD, the order will be that the deans will call the name of the candidates. The candidate will rise up and walk in front, where they will all be able to queue. The 46 of us will be able to queue. The supervisors will follow them and continue hooding them before the capping is done by the chancellor. The reason for that is that we would want to save on time. So the ritual of pronouncing the thesis title, the names of supervisors, and the aspect of hooding and escorting, that would have been announced at once for all the 46 candidates. And that will be announced by the Deputy Vice Chancellor Academic Affairs. So the deans will only call upon the candidates by pronouncing the name and the program. And of course, the page in which those names will be found for all the PhDs and all the other candidates. But for the masters and the bachelors and diploma and certificates, we'll be able to call through the serial numbers, except for first class holders whose names will be pronounced in full. The rest will be serial numbers that will be pronounced or will be called. Now, as I said, this event will be covered by KTN, but those who are not here, and even those who are here would wish to follow the proceedings, will then be indicated through our social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, and I think the electronic card that has invited you will give you the details of the link, so that then you may want to follow if you're not able to be with us physically. So the PhD candidates, once you are called, you come in front, and you'll queue. Then the Chancellor will be called upon by the Vice Chancellor to make the pronouncement on conferment of the PhD degree. After that pronouncement, then the Chancellor will now cap each of the individual PhD candidates and also present the certificate, the PhD certificate. We do hope that that process will not take more than 30 minutes or at most 40 minutes, so that then after that, the deans will then come on board again and now call the masters, call the bachelors, call the diplomas in terms of serial numbers, and for those that have diplomas and certificates, will do the same. And after which, the Chancellor will then be called up to make the pronouncement for the conferment of the masters, the conferment of the bachelors, and the award of diploma and certificate in that order. My other statement that I want to make, please make sure you know how to wear an academic gown. I want to repeat it again. Make sure that you know how to wear an academic gown. If you don't know, your deans are available to help you. The hood, which is hung on your neck, the V should form below your chin. So please just note that you need to be smart, and there's a reason why that hood is designed in the way it is, so that then you put it on appropriately. But where you're not sure, ask us and we'll help you. Secondly, once, and especially for the PhD ones, once you have been conferred with the degree, of course the Chancellor will place the cap on you, and the tassel will be facing the left direction. For the other candidates, masters and bachelors, because you already have your cap on, once the degree has been conferred, you'll turn the tassel from the right to the left. So right now, if your tassel is on the right, then you're on the right track. But if it's on the left, you are miscommunicating. The diploma and certificate candidates, they only put on the gown. They don't put on the hood, neither the cap. They'll have to wait for the day they'll graduate with a bachelor's for them to be able to have the privilege of having the hood on and the cap. Mr. Chancellor, I thought I should make those announcements so that then we are able to do the same ritual together. Mr. Chancellor, sir, may I now call upon the deans of the following schools in the order in which I will call them to present the candidates for the conferment of the degree of Doctor of Philosophy of Jaramogi Oginga Odinga University of Science and Technology. Dean, School of Agricultural and Food Sciences. Dean, School of Biological, Physical, Mathematics and Actuarial Sciences. Dean, School of Informatics and Innovative Systems. Dean, School of Spatial Planning and Natural Resource Management. Dean, School of Health Sciences. Dean, School of Business and Economics. Dean, School of Education, Humanities and Social Sciences. Kindly rise up in that order, present a sample of the candidates in the order in which I've called you and with the instructions that have been provided.
Mr. Councillor, sir, in the 2020-2021 academic year, the following one candidate satisfied the School of Agricultural and Food Sciences, Board of Examiners, and the Senate for the conferment of the Doctor of Philosophy of Jaramogi Oginga Odinga University of Science and Technology, for which I have the honor to present. Doctor of Philosophy in Food Security, Magara Henry Juma Otieno. Mr. Councillor, sir, in the 2020-2021 academic year, the following 11 candidates satisfied the School of Agricultural and Food Sciences, Board of Examiners, and the Senate for the conferment
The one who has been called for the PhD, please. Are you here?
Mr. Chancellor, sir, in the 2020-2021 academic year, the following 8 candidates satisfied the School of Biological, Physical, Mathematics, and Actuarial Sciences Board of Examiners and the Senate for the conferment of the Doctor of Philosophy of Jaramogi Oginga Odinga University of Science and Technology, for which I have the honor to present. Doctor of Philosophy in Pure Mathematics, Nyaluke Wesley Kiprono, page 16. Okwany Isaac Odhiambo, page 16. Doctor of Philosophy in Applied Mathematics, Nyangacha Justus Kaiser, page 17. Doctor of Philosophy in Applied Statistics, Ojunga Samson Okoth, page 17. Otulo Wandera Cyrilus, page 18. Becca Daniel Kiche, page 18. Onyango O. Ronald, page 19. Doctor of Philosophy in Entomology, Oloch Alfred Ochieng.
Mr. Chancellor, sir, in the 2020-2021 academic year, the following 4 candidates satisfied the School of Informatics and Innovative Systems Board of Examiners and the Senate for the conferment of the Doctor of Philosophy of Jaramogi Oginga Odinga University of Science and Technology, for which I have the honor to present. Doctor of Philosophy in Information Technology, Security and Audit, Wakoli Leonard Wafula. Nyangaresi Vincent Omolo. Doctor of Philosophy in Health Informatics, Agong Lois Acheng. Doctor of Philosophy in Business Information Technology Systems, Business Information Systems, Rambim Dorothy Apondi.
Mr. Chancellor, sir, in the 2020-2021 academic year, the following 4 candidates satisfied the School of Spatial Planning and Natural Resource Management, Board of Examiners, and the Senate for the conferment of the Doctor of Philosophy of Jaramogi Oginga Odinga University of Science and Technology, for which I have the honor to present. PhD in Planning, Konyango Charles Otieno. Magego Jared Linas. Nyamweno Isaac Mambo. Ngusale George Kavulavu.
Mr. Chancellor, sir, in the 2020-2021 academic year, the following 7 candidates satisfied the School of Health Sciences Board of Examiners and the Senate for the conferment of the Doctor of Philosophy of Jaramogi Oginga Odinga University of Science and Technology, for which I have the honor to present. Doctor of Philosophy in Public Health, Museve Judith Lipopai. Olwach Felix Frank. Ondimu Thomas Orindi. Ngonga Gabriel Otieno. Machani Maxwell George. Adele Walter Ottoman. Siaga Edwina Atieno.
Mr. Chancellor, sir, in the 2020-2021 academic year, the following 5 candidates satisfied the School of Business and Economics Board of Examiners and the Senate for the conferment of the Doctor of Philosophy of Jaramogi Oginga Odinga University of Science and Technology, for which I have the honor to present. Doctor of Philosophy in Economics, Agong David Owuor. Doctor of Philosophy in Finance, Ajigo Tom Abonyo. Doctor of Philosophy, Araka Helen. Doctor of Philosophy in Human Resource Management, Otieno Jared Otieno. Doctor of Philosophy in Strategic Management, Onyango James Ochieng.
Mr. Chancellor, sir, in the 2020-2021 academic year, the following 17 candidates satisfied the School of Education, Humanities and Social Sciences, Board of Examiners, and the Senate for the conferment of the Doctor of Philosophy of Jaramogi Oginga Odinga University of Science and Technology, for which I have the honor to present. Doctor of Philosophy in Early Childhood Development and Education, Ondieki Lydia Gisari. Doctor of Philosophy in Educational Administration and Management, Andedo Jennifer Apondi.
I admit you to the degree of Doctor of Philosophy of Jaramogi Oginga Odinga University of Science and Technology, and by my authority and that of the entire university, give power to read and do all that appertains to this degree.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chancellor. So far, so good. So once the pronouncement would have been made, then we'll invite each one of you to come and kneel in front here for the capping and the issuing of the certificate. For now, and then of course, at the end of that ceremony, you'll have a common picture, a group picture with the Chancellor and the chief guests that will be present tomorrow. Thank you very much. For now, you can resume your seats. Yes. Can we try one? We can try one as a sample to be capped by the Chancellor and issued with the certificate. Most likely tomorrow, you might want to, once you're issued the certificate, you might want to turn around for the cameras so that then you have a picture. Thank you very much. We can now take back our Mr. Chancellor, sir, may I call upon the deans of the following schools, in the order in which I'll call them, to present the candidates for the conferment of master's degrees of Jaramogi Oginga Odinga University of Science and Technology. Dean School of Agriculture and Food Sciences, Dean School of Biological, Physical, Mathematics and Actuarial Science, Dean School of Informatics and Innovative Systems, Dean School of Spatial Planning and Natural Resource Management, Dean School of Health Sciences, Dean School of Business and Economics, Dean School of Education, Humanities and Social Sciences. Just give a sample, just few candidates.
Mr. Councillor, sir, in the 2020-2021 academic year, the following 11 candidates satisfied the School of Agricultural and Food Sciences, Board of Examiners, and the Senate for the conferment of the respective master's degrees of the Jaramogi Oginga Odinga University of Science and Technology, for which I have the honor to present. Master of Science in Food Security and Sustainable Agriculture, serials numbers 1 to 9 on page 38.
I think we made a mistake, for which I want to apologize. Because of the way I read it, we'll not read it that way tomorrow. So I request the Dean School of Agriculture and Food Sciences to now go through his list once more. The masters, the bachelors, the diploma, if you have, and certificate. Just a sample in each category. And then the deans will also do the same for the other schools.
Mr. Councillor, sir, in the 2020-2021 academic year, the following 11 candidates satisfy the School of Agricultural and Board of Examiners and the Senate for the conferment of the respective master's degree of Jaramogi Oginga Odinga University of Science and Technology, for which I have the honor to present. Master of Science in Food Security and Sustainable Agriculture. Serious numbers 1 to 9 on page 38. Mr. Councillor, sir, in the 2020-21 academic year, the following 212 candidates satisfied the School of Agricultural and Food Sciences, Board of Examiners for the, and the Senate for the conferment of respective bachelor's degrees of Jaramogi Oginga Odinga University of Science and Technology, for which I have the honor to present. Bachelor of Science in Agribusiness Management, first class honors, Murioki Dalphin Mwendwa, second class honors, upper division, serial numbers 2 to 19 on page 43, 20 to 32 on page 44, second class honors, lower division, serious numbers 33 to page 48, to 33 to 48 on page 44, 49 to 58 on page 45.
Mr. Chancellor, sir, in the 2020-2021 academic year, the following 3 candidates satisfied the School of Biological, Physical, Mathematics, and Actuarial Sciences Board of Examiners and the Senate for the conferment of the respective master's degrees of Jaramogi Oginga Odinga University of Science and Technology, for which I have the honor to present. Master of Science in Applied Mathematics, Serial 1, page 39. Master of Science in Applied Statistics, Serial 1, page 39. Master of Science in Physics, Serial 1, page 39. Mr. Chancellor, sir, in the 2020-2021 academic year, the following 104 candidates satisfied the School of Biological, Physical, Mathematics, and Actuarial Sciences, Board of Examiners, and the Senate for the conferment of the respective bachelor's degrees of Jaramogi Oginga Odinga University of Science and Technology, for which I have the honor to present. Bachelor of Science, Biological Sciences, first class honors, Mutisia Cornelius Macau, page 51. Second class honors, upper division, Serial 2 to 10, page 51. Second class honors, lower division, Serial 11 to 18, page 51. Serial 19 to 26, page 52. Pass, Serial 26 to 28, page 52. And a Bachelor of Science in Actuarial Sciences with IT, first class honors, Musa Lydia Mwikali, Wasonga Timothy Odhiambo. Second class honors, upper division, Serial 3 to 15, page 52. serial 16 to 33, serial 34 to 44 on page 53, serial 45 to 71, and in the addendum on page 6, we have serial 1. Pass, we have serial 72 and 73 on page 54. In addendum, we have on page 6, serial 1.
Mr. Chancellor, sir, in the 2020-2021 academic year, the following 49 candidates satisfy the School of Engineering and Technology Board of Examiners and the Senate for the conferment of the respective bachelor's degree of Jaramogi Oginga Odinga University of Science and Technology, for which I have the honor to present. Bachelor of Science in Construction Management. Second class honors, upper division, serial number 1 to serial number 21 on page 55. Serial number 22 to serial number 26 on page 56. Second class honors, lower division, serial number 27 to serial number 42 on page 56. Bachelor of Science in Renewable Energy Technology and Management, second class honors, upper division, serial number 1 to serial number 3 on page 56. Second class honors, lower division, serial number 4 to serial number 7 on page 57. Mr. Chancellor, sir, in the 2020-2021 academic year, the following 2 candidates satisfied the School of Engineering and Technology Board of Examiners and the Senate for the award of the respective diplomas of Jaramogi Oginga Odinga University of Science and Technology, for which I have the pleasure to present. Diploma in Building and Civil Engineering, pass, serial number 1 on page 112. And on the addendum, serial number 1 on page 6. Kindly resume your seats.
Mr. Chancellor, sir, in the 2020-2021 academic year, the following 1 candidate satisfied the School of Informatics and Innovative Systems Board of Examiners and the Senate for the conferment of master's degree of Jaramogi Oginga Odinga University of Science and Technology, for which I have the honor to present. Master of Science in Information Systems, serial number 1 on page 39. Mr. Chancellor, sir, in the 2020-2021 academic year, the following 128 candidates satisfied the School of Informatics and Innovative Systems Board of Examiners and the Senate for the conferment of the respective bachelor's degrees of Jaramogi Oginga Odinga University of Science and Technology, for which I have the honor to present. Bachelor of Science in Information Systems, second class honors, serial number 1 to number 3 on page 57. And in the addendum, serial number 1 on page 2. Bachelor of Science in Information Communication Technology, first class honors, Ochieng Seth Odwar. Second class honors, upper division, serial number 1, serial number 2 to serial number 5 on page 57. Bachelor of Science in Computer Security and Forensics, second class honors, upper division, serial number 1 to serial number 7 on page 59. Mr. Chancellor, sir, in the 2020-2021 academic year, the following two candidates satisfied the School of Informatics and Innovative Systems Board of Examiners and the Senate for the award of the respective diplomas of Jaramogi Oginga Odinga University of Science and Technology, for which I have the pleasure to present. Diploma in Linux Engineering and Information Technology Applications, credit, serial number 1 to number 2 on page 112. You can resume your seats.
Mr. Chancellor, sir, in the 2020-2021 academic year, the following one candidate satisfied the School of Spatial Planning and Natural Resource Management Board of Examiners and the Senate for the conferment of master's degree of Jaramogi Oginga Odinga University of Science and Technology, for which I have the honor to present. Master of Science in Urban Environmental Management, serial number 1, page 39. Mr. Chancellor, sir, in the 2020-2021 academic year, the following 37 candidates satisfied the School of Spatial Planning and Natural Resource Management Board of Examiners and the Senate for the conferment of the respective bachelor's degree of Jaramogi Oginga Odinga University of Science and Technology, for which I have the honor to present. Bachelor of Science in Water Resource and Environmental Management, second class honors upper division, serial number 1 to serial number 4, page 62. Second class honors lower division, serial number 5 to serial number 15, page 63. Bachelor of Arts in Spatial Planning, second class honors upper division, serial number 1 to serial number 2, page 62. Serial number 3 to serial number 17, page 63. Second class honors lower division, serial number 18 to serial number 22, page 63. Mr. Chancellor, sir, in the 2020-2021 academic year, the following one candidate satisfied the School of Spatial Planning and Natural Resource Management Board of Examiners and the Senate for the award of Diploma of Jaramogi Oginga Odinga University of Science and Technology, for which I have the pleasure to present. Serial number 1, page 112. Kindly resume your seats.
Mr. Chancellor, sir, may I now call upon all the candidates who have been called upon for conferment of the master's degree, rise up. All the candidates for master's degree, rise up. Thank you.
I admit the persons named to the respective degrees for which they have been educated, trained, examined, and qualified, and by my authority and that of the entire university, give power to read and do all that appertains to this degree.
I expect the band to drum at the point of conferment, please. The band, piga vigelegele na trumpeta, so that then we are able to show that something has been done that is useful. Please resume your seats. And remember I told you that the tassel should be on the right before conferment. After conferment, you then take it to the left. Mr. Chancellor, sir, may I now call upon the candidates that have been called upon for conferment of respective bachelor's degrees to stand up. I can see some of them behind there and they don't want to stand up. Just stand up.
I admit the persons named to the respective degrees for which they have been educated, trained, examined, and qualified, and by my authority and that of the entire university, give power to read and do all that appertains to this degree.
Thank you very much. Some small improvements. Of course, we have candidates who are not here with us physically. And as I said, this event can be followed on our social media platforms and, of course, through the television KTN. So when I'll be announcing about standing up, I'll also mention about those who are following us virtually. Wherever they are, they will also be standing up in honor of the conferment that they'll be getting. Mr. Chancellor, sir, may I now call upon all candidates whose names have been called for award of respective diplomas and certificates to rise up, those who are here with us physically and those who are in the virtual space.
Acting on the powers conferred by the Jaramogi Oginga Odinga University of Science and Technology Charter 2013 and Statutes 47 and 50 of 2013, and knowing that you have satisfied the school board of examiners and the university senate in all the subjects in which you are enrolled, trained, and examined, it gives me great pleasure to award you the respective diplomas and certificates of Jaramogi Oginga Odinga University of Science and Technology.
Thank you very much. I hope tomorrow the band will be alert and louder. Mr. Chancellor, sir, I now call upon the Vice Chancellor to make his announcements and remarks and dissolve this congregation.
Graduates, you are no longer graduates, but you are now graduates, certificate graduates, diploma graduates, bachelor graduates, master graduates, PhD, and we congratulate you indeed for this wonderful achievement. On our part as University Management Council, Senate, staff, and student fraternity, we we just wish you well. You are our great ambassadors as you go out in the world to be leaders and knowledge bearers in your respective disciplines. For our PhD candidates, you now have your certificates in your hand. And you have not only gathered and accumulated enough knowledge in your career as a scholar, but you have become even wiser. For our other graduates or graduates now, we wish you well. Your certificates will be also made available in the next 1 week. So just make arrangement as you return your gown. You'll be given your certificate based on the guidelines that the academic division will be giving you on the our web page. At this point, Chancellor Sir, all our invited guests at this point will retreat to their various refreshment areas as designated in the invitation. However, our graduates, you are also welcome to celebrate with us. Acting on powers conferred upon me in accordance with the University Act 2012, the Universities Amendment Act 2016, Section 10 of the Jaramogi Oginga Odinga University of Science and Technology, and the Statute 2013, Statute 50 of that statute, it is now my duty to declare this assembly dissolved.
Chancellor wa chuo hiki, twashukuru tumefikia mwisho wa mahafala ya leo. Tutasimama zote tuimbe wimbo wa taifa kama tumesimama, halafu tukishaimba wimbo wa taifa, msafara wa Chancellor utatangulia, lakini yule ambaye anabeba mesi ndiye atakuwa na watangulia. Watatoka jukwaani kama tumesimama tu tukiimbiwa wimbo na bedi ya chuo hiki. Wimbo wa taifa tafadhali. Tusimame tu mpaka msafara ufike mwisho wa mlolongo. Tashukuru Mungu.
After the procession leaves, you will be free also to leave. Thank you. Have a fruitful season and God bless you.
From mama home mtoto wa Sagana mama, salamu zangu na kutumia popote ulipozipokea. wasalimie ndugu na wazazi wako mamae, popote walipo Afro. Mimi si jambo lakini mawazo tele moyoni, nina wasiwasi mama, nikikumbuka tulivyoachana mara ya mwisho, uliniahidi Afro tungeonana mapema, siku zinapita bibie, mbona sikuoni mama Afro mama yao mtoto wa Sagana kaukumbuke penzi ugeuka leo kwangu kesho kwako mamae, utanikumbuka wasalimie ndugu na wazazi wako mamae, popote walipo Afro. Mimi si jambo lakini mawazo tele moyoni, nina wasiwasi mama, nikikumbuka tulivyoachana mara ya mwisho, uliniahidi Afro tungeonana mapema, siku zinapita bibie, mbona sikuoni mama Afro mama yao mtoto wa Sagana kaukumbuke penzi ugeuka leo kwangu kesho kwako mamae, utanikumbuka Afro Kirinyaga Sagana usiniweke pembeni mama, ingawa wako wengi wazuri mami, lakini nimekuchagua wewe tabia zako sawa na sura yako, nimeridhika kuwa na wewe Sagana unipeleke mama tukawaone wazazi wako mama, na TZ pia tufike mami, tukawaone baba na mama mengine mengi sisemi mama uamuzi na kuachia wewe mwisho na kuombea salama Afro, mpaka siku tutapoonana Afro Kirinyaga Sagana usiniweke pembeni mama, ingawa wako wengi wazuri mami, lakini nimekuchagua wewe tabia zako sawa na sura yako, nimeridhika kuwa na wewe Sagana unipeleke mama tukawaone wazazi wako mama, na TZ pia tufike mami, tukawaone baba na mama mengine mengi sisemi mama uamuzi na kuachia wewe mwisho na kuombea salama Afro, mpaka siku tutapoonana
C'est vrai, c'est vrai, c'est vrai, c'est vrai, c'est vrai, hein? C'est...
She's up. Yeah.
Wanipenda ni maruyoyo, sikupenda kukuacha uteseke nyumbani kwetu. Shida na tabu zinafanya watu kutengana mama.
Oh, mwana mama, mwana mama, sherie usilie mwana mama, najua wanipenda ni maruyoyo, sikutaka kukuacha uteseke nyumbani peke. Shida na tabu zinafanya watu kutengana mama. Oh, mwana mama, mwana mama, safari nilionayo ni ndefu sana, sijui mwaka gani nitarudi yoyo. Hata mimi sina raha kuwa mbali na wewe, lakini ni hali ya dunia, ni vigumu kuepuka. Oh, mwana mama, mwana mama, safari nilionayo ni ndefu sana, sijui mwaka gani nitarudi yoyo. Hata mimi sina raha kuwa mbali na wewe, lakini ni hali ya dunia, ni vigumu kuepuka. Oh, mwana mama, mwana mama, ni maru yoyo, ni maru mama, ni maru baby. Usilie baby, usilie mama, nitarudi tizedie. Nitarudi yoyo, nitarudi mama, tufurahi pamoja. Tufurahi na wewe. Ni maru yoyo, usilie bibie. Ni maru yoyo, usilie bibie. Ni maru yoyo, usilie bibie.
C'est vrai. Mtoto mzuri.
Thank you.